Alright, so far we have explained the general workflow with hotlinks. Now let's proceed to comment an amazing window we got inside ArchiCAD, which is of course going to be the Hotlink Module Manager. Now you got the Hotlink modules right over here, you got the sources. The sources will simply tell you if everything is correctly linked, and the Hotlink modules is going to give you the general idea on how your master project, you got the master project right over here, and you got the hotlinks right over here, okay? How everything is structured, which is an amazing preview. Okay, what you can do now is, for example, you can select whichever of these modules you want to work on. Let's, for example, select the king size. You can change the model. Let's say that for some reason you made a mistake, and in this file, instead of this row having a king size bed, it's going to be double plus individual type of bed, okay, for 3 different persons, for a couple and maybe a son, okay? And you want to replace this real simple without the need of deleting everything separately and then repeating the process. What you can do is simply, for example, let's actually test this out. It's going to be much better this way. How about we delete the single room we got over here, and we simply proceed to place a double bed, a single bed over here, and another bed which is going to be double over here. Let's press, yeah, this one is going to be too much. If I remember well, double bed is something like 2 meters by 1.35. There it is, that's a double bed. Let's press OK. Set the double bed here. Okay, let's give it some space right over here, and let's delete this cabinet and set the single bed here. Something like this. Okay, it's going to be a simple quick fix. There it is. So we have created a completely new type of room and completely new type of file. Let's proceed to save one more copy of this file. I'm going to simply save this as room number 3. Okay, it's going to be named double plus single, something like this. Okay, and yeah, let's save this. And now let's say that we got the case. Okay, I made a mistake. This is not going to be king size. This is going to be room number 3. So how can I switch this real quick? What you can do is simply select room number 1 over here, change module, new module from file, and let's select room number 3 right over here. Select it, all the stories. Actually, in this case, you definitely need to select the story. Let's maybe select only level 0. Okay, let's proceed with ground floor, level 0 for this case. Press OK. Let's proceed with select, and there it is. You can see that room number 3 now has been selected. For some reason, it's going to tell me that it's modified. Let's see if we can select this and simply hit update. Okay, so everything is looking good. Let's press OK. And let's see if ArchiCAD will work its magic over here. So in theory, this is not going to be king size, but now it has to be a single plus a double type of bed. Okay, there it is, almost, because we still didn't measure the height. But as you can notice, we have replaced one room with another. Let's fix the small issue real quick. It's the same issue we didn't notice earlier. In this case, I'm going to set this to be 0. There it is. Let's proceed to save this once again. And yeah, there it is. That's how you can change a model with the Hotlink Module Manager, which is an amazing function. Okay. Let's proceed now with more options. Right over here, you can notice that Hotlink sources, this one is modified. Whenever it says modified, you can simply press the update button. Okay, it's going to update this. You simply press OK. And something that we already commented, it's simply going to update everything automatically. So that's another function to keep in mind. Now you also got another way to access the Module Manager much faster. Instead of pressing File, External Content, and Hotlink Module Manager, what you can do is simply select one hotlink, right-click it, and right over here, Hotlink Module. You also can activate the Hotlink Module Manager with right-click. Okay, so this is how you can access this window. We already commented the change model function. What you can do is also, you can save this as a separate file. The only thing to keep in mind is that it's only going to give you the possibility to save this as a point mod type of extension, which won't include the information contained in stories or view sets or extra information. So only going to save this as a geometry, okay? But it also gives you the ability to select one module and save this as a separate element. Now you also have the possibility to break the link. As ArchiCAD will tell you, let's see if we can maybe zoom in over here. Let's see if we get this window. It's going to break all the hot links of this module and embed the elements into the host project. As ArchiCAD will tell you, everything will become completely editable, okay? Because this is something we haven't commented. If you notice, in this master project, it's not going to give us the possibility to edit this freely. We can select this, we can delete this. It's not going to give it. Everything is completely locked. Okay, it is the only change that we can do is going to be from the original file containing the room. Okay, but if you go into the Hotlink module manager and you say, okay, this is going to be now the final version of the project. Room number 2, just in case. Let's select this one and let's break the links. Okay, so it's going to give you another icon. The link now is broken. Let's press OK. And what's going to happen is that the modules, if you notice, this is still a Hotlink module, but now this element right over here is a native ArchiCAD element. Okay, this is a wall, this is a object. Everything now is completely editable. So you can select, for example, this element and you can edit this in your master project. Okay, it has been embedded into your project. Okay, but if you create a change in the file, the one that we embedded, which was, if I remember well, room number 2, if you create a change over here, now it's not going to update this inside your project, because if you notice, the Hotlink has been broken. We go back to Hotlink module manager. You can notice that now we don't have a room number 2. It's completely lost. So keep this in mind. You want to use this option whenever you feel sure that now you're working your final version. You don't need to create a change anymore, or for some reason you want to edit everything natively. Okay, so keep this in mind. It's one powerful option, but it has pros and cons. Okay.